We're here in Fort George on Niagara-on-the-Lake, who played host to the Grand Canadian Steampunk Exposition.
Steampunk is a combination on the simplest level between Victorian history and science fiction. If you think of the normal thing that goes on at the Fort here, it's a War of 1812 reenactment, but here it would be more like reenacting a Jules Verne novel.
The theme for this year's Steampunk Exposition is crackpot geniuses and evil inventors.
It allows people to explore their darker side, and there is a sort of a darker strain to steampunk to start off with. And we've always enjoyed people who come out and are playing villains, and you know, why not celebrate them this year? Give them a little bit of a niche place to go, and you know, a little more expression. And we've been very surprised at who's come through the door. The people have always been, you know, sort of up and straight-laced, are all of a sudden showing up as delightful villains. They're really rocking the house with some of the costumes.
The exposition also allowed me to see the creations of R. Phineas Bodine.
Welcome, R. Phineas Bodine, professor, maker of useful and useless. I would like to introduce you to some of my objets today. Well, I think we will start with the non-lethal and the insidious. This is the non-lethal. This is called the stencher, or the OOP gun. OOP stands for olfactory ordnance projector. This bulb here contains a very noxious liquid here, which you fire to a distance of at least 10 meters at your pursuer, and they will be temporarily held back because they'll be stopped to throw up, and gives you a good chance to escape. So very, very nice, not so insidious. Now this one, on the other hand, is called the curbulator. Now the curbulator uses a very simple bar magnets, but the internal workings of the gun magnify the magnetic power, so I fire a ray through this magnetite crystal. Now if I was to fire it, say, this young lady over here, and I won't, it would magnetize the iron in her blood to such a degree that when she steps off a curb the next time, a car will be attracted to her, knocking her over, maybe killing her. Everybody thinks it's an accident, but really it's an insidious act of murder.
While taking in the exposition, I had the opportunity to take in the magic of Spencer Scurr.
So if we're just starting things out here, my name's Spencer Scurr. I've got a deck of cards here, and I need your name. What's your name?
Montana.
Montana. All right, Montana, can you take this marker for me here? And I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I want you to just touch any card you want. We'll go face up to make this a little bit more interesting. All right, do you like that 10 of hearts for a specific reason, Montana, or it just seems like a good card?
Just seems like a good card.
All right, you can take that right out of the deck, and let's make this a little more personalized. Can you sign your name right across the 10, nice and big?
Come on in.
All right, perfect. All right, Montana, we're going to lose your card up in the deck. We'll give it a few shuffles. And we need a spot in the deck also selected. Now, I know you're behind the camera, but what's your name?
Steven.
Steven? All right, so Steven's going to help us out here as well. So Steven, I want you to just call out stop anywhere you like.
Stop.
Right there? We're going to cut the cards right there. Montana, does that seem like a good spot to you?
Yep.
Montana, can you mark on the back in a different way? You can initial or whatever you like here. Good. So we've got now 2 different cards signed in the deck. We've got ooh. This is really interesting, actually. We've got a 10 of hearts and a 10 of diamonds. That means we can do something kind of strange that we couldn't normally do. Because we can take this 10, and if we focus on it just enough, we can not only change the suit, but we can bring your signature right to the top of the deck. Now the cards do actually switch places, because that other card's gone now. But Montana, all I want to do here is I want to bring back those initials that you had right on the back. So can you hold the rest of the cards for me, please? We're going to find just the initials that you had on that 10 of diamonds. Right about there. And Montana, those are your initials, right?
Yep.
And do you remember what card you initialed?
10 of diamonds.
The 10 of diamonds. Montana, that's your 10 of hearts right there. You can check that out, make that sure that's 100% real.
That's right. The third annual Grand Canadian Steampunk Exposition was a day of crazy creations and was a huge success. Reporting for The Source, I'm Montana Parr.